Hi! Today we're going to learn how to create lobbies using Unity Game Services. Lobbies are an important part of multiplayer games. They allow you to invite your friend, customize your character, and set up the game. Today we're going to create the lobby and show the code so it can be shared with other players. Let's get right into it. First thing first, we'll need to install the package. So for that, we're going to go in the Unity registry and install the lobby package. Click install. Now that it's done installing, we're going to need to go on the Unity Game Service website to activate the lobby on this side. Because this is a paying service, don't worry, during development, usually you won't create enough data for you to have to pay for, but it still needs to be activated on their website. So let's go on their website. Here you go to dashboard unity3d.com. You're going to get your dashboard, make sure you are in the right project. We're going to go in multiplayer, lobby. You're going to have to do a getting started. Personally, I don't have to. So this is going to be set up your payment information. As I said in this tutorial, you shouldn't have to pay anything. You should be all in the free tier. And after that, you're going to do the setup lobby. So setup lobby, getting started, pay as you go, continue setup. And then it's going to have some things, link project. Yes, sure. We did that already. Install the package. We did that also already. And then we want to turn on the lobby services. Here, there's sample that you guys can look at. You can get the sample and look into it. Those samples are a little bit more complicated, I find. The game lobby sample is the easiest one to follow. So if there was one that I would maybe recommend, it would be this one. Then let's go. We can finish. So here we go. We are ready. So if you go here, you should have the lobby on button here. Let's take a look at how the game will actually flow. So this is actually what we did the previous video, the authentication. So each player can call the authentication service in Unity Game Services and get an access token. So the reason we did the authentication is because this access token is needed to access the other services. So in our case, we want to access the lobby, and further down the road, we're going to access the relay to actually, for the multiplayer in-game for a player to share information. So now we need the lobby. So how does one access the lobby here? So what we're going to do, and this is the focus on this video, we're going to create a lobby. So one of the player, let's say player one, is going to call the lobby services and is going to create a lobby. What the lobby services does is if you're authenticated, it creates a lobby on their server and then send you back an object. That object has a lot of properties, but the one that we're going to be looking for is the lobby ID, the lobby code. The lobby code is like the password. This is what we're going to share for the other player to join us. The player's data, so that means data that is per player that are in the lobby, and the lobby data, which is data that actually concern the whole lobby. So this is what we're going to have to set up. And there's a couple things that we need to understand about lobbies. So during the lobby, the players are not directly connected. They're both talking to this lobby services. And whenever a player does a change on his machine, on his game, so let's say like we share information about customization. So let's say player 2 changes hat. He needs to actually update the lobby saying in his player data that he changed hat. And then we are going to ask the lobby services to refresh the lobby every second. And at some point, the lobby service is going to say, oh, this is a new lobby. There's something new in it. And then we're going to look into the properties and we have to detect what's new, and then we can update our local state. So there's also another thing that is important. It's that the lobby are not like, they have a different life cycle than the game. So this one, actually a lobby is set to inactive if it hasn't received any information, any update, or any heartbeat request for 30 seconds. So the heartbeat request is going to be the thing that we're going to send to make sure that they don't close their lobby. For us, setting a lobby to inactive isn't necessarily the worst thing because we don't actually use matchmaking. But if your game use matchmaking, inactive lobby don't show up into matchmaking. So this is important. And after that, if a lobby is inactive for an hour, then it just gets deleted. So this is important that we set up the heartbeat. So that's it. That's what we're going to do. So once the player one has created the lobby, we're going to set up a coroutine that's going to send a heartbeat every 30 seconds. And this is a simple request to set up. It says to the lobby, hey, by the way, we're still active, and he answers okay. And after that, we're going to set up the loop to get the lobby and see if there is anything new in it. So we're going to see that by looking at the last updated attribute. Now, back in the Unity project, I'm not going to go over the setup of the whole lobby scene, but I've created a scene, lobby, and this is what it looks like. So there's just a camera looking at, for us, 4 spawn point, where underneath there's a player prefab. You can look at it, it's simply a capsule with a cube and a simple text for the player's name. So this is it. And on the player, I put a wire sphere on the spawn points just with an undraw gizmo, just so I could visualize it. After that, I've done a lobby UI here. So if we go 2D, it's a simple canvas where I've put a text. That's where we're going to show the lobby code to the player. And I've put on it lobby UI. Which is only a script that has a reference to the lobby code text. So this is for the setup of the lobby. I'm not going to go too much into it, and we're going to start from there to do the lobby. Now go in the main menu scene, and here we're going to basically create something that's going to listen to the host button being clicked and then create the lobby. So let's go in here and we're going to create 2 scripts. The first one is going to be the main menu controller. Main menu controller. There we go. Now we're going to let Unity compile this script. And then we're going to create another one that's going to be the game lobby manager. So this one is going to actually be responsible for the interaction between our game and the lobby service. So let's go script game lobby manager. Here we go. Now that these scripts are created, we're going to go into Writer. In the main menu script, we're going to create, we're going to want reference to both our buttons. So private, button, and make sure you choose the Unity Engine.ui. So you had the import, the using Unity Engine.ui. There's going to be a host button, and we're going to copy paste this for the join button. So join. We're not going to need an update, but we're going to need a method, private void on host clicked, which we're gonna copy paste for the join one. We're gonna plug in the join button, but we're not gonna use it for this video. It's gonna be in the next one. So on join click, let's go here, host button dot on click dot add listener on host click, and join button dot on click dot add listener on join click. All right, for now, we're just going to put a debug.log, host, and one for the join. All right, so now let's go in Unity and test that. So the scripts are reloading, and then we're going to go in main menu controller, add the main menu. We're going to drag our host button and drag our join button. So there we go. And then when I play, I should be able to click host and see host and click join and see join. Here we go. So now we're all set for the button. We're going to go back in Writer and do the game lobby manager. So here we're going to go into the game lobby manager, and we're going to need this to be a singleton so that there's only one instance in the scene. So this is a great opportunity to start creating some code that we're going to reuse. So go here. We're going to do a folder that's called Game Framework, where we're going to put all the code that's going to be reused throughout the project, but that can be exported to other projects. We're going to do another directory, core, and then in this directory, we're going to create a class, and we're going to call it singleton. Now, I already have this class from another project that I've done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy paste this and do this. So here, and then I'm going to include mono behavior. So that includes the using system at top, and it's going to cover the rest. I'm just going to go quickly over it. So it's a singleton. You have a T instance, but it's templated. Templated is, it means you can put a generic type inside of this, and when you instantiate it, you're going to pass. This is when this is the same thing when you do find object by type or something like that for so other Unity methods. So I'm going to leave that here. I think I'm going to put the script in the description, but if not, you can pause the video and just copy this. So this is going to be the singleton. Now, what that allows us to do is here, we're not going to have this. We're going to have singleton and pass it game lobby manager. So this means that we're only going to have one instance of this in game. And the first time that we're going to actually try to access it, the cool thing is it's going to create it and add it to the scene if we don't have it in the scene. So that's perfect for us. So the game manager, we have it here because we want here, when we do this, to be able to do this, instance.create lobby. Okay, so this doesn't exist. So I'm going to do use writer to create it, but basically it goes back into the game lobby manager and create this function. And we're going to start doing the create lobby. Now, another thing that I want is that the way you create the lobby doesn't really change from one project to another. So we're going to go in here and we're going to create ourselves another folder, and we're going to put that here, manager, and we're going to create another file, lobby manager. And in here, we're going to have another public method. But this one is going to be async task. It's going to return a bool, and it's going to be create lobby like this. So if you have seen my async await video, you're going to know what this means. This is just that this use async functions. So the way the lobby services in fact, we did it for the authentication, but all Unity services use async method. So we need for that to have like async. And we're going to say, so every async return a task. And in this case, it's a bool. Because we want to know if the lobby was created correctly or not. So first thing first, we're going to do await lobby service dot instance dot create lobby async. Here we go. So this actually needs some parameters here. So it says it wants a lobby name, max player, and create lobby options. So for the lobby names, this depends on the game that you're making. For the prototype that we have for this tutorial, I don't need a lobby name, because this lobby name is what would appear if you would do multiplayer, like a browser, a server browser. So if you fetch all the lobbies and then you show them to your player, then the lobby name could be there. So if you want to have public lobbies in your game, this is important, and this is something that probably you would let your user enter something and make sure that it's unique. But for us, this is just going to be something, we're just going to put lobby. It doesn't matter for us. After that, we need the number of player. Okay, so this is a great thing to have passed as a parameter. So in max players, so we're going to put it here. And for the other thing, it is the create lobby options. So options equal new create lobby options, and here we go. We're going to initialize it like this. So let's go see here. So it takes is private, a player object, and a dictionary of data. Custom game-specific properties that apply to the lobby. So they give an example: max, map name, game type. So yeah. Okay, so let's go with that. Is private. So this could also be something we pass as a parameter here, is private. And is private here basically mean, if we go back into the create lobby option, indicate whether or not the lobby is publicly visible and will show up in query results. So if you're doing like matchmaking or something, and your lobby is not private, then the lobby is going to show. It's going to be visible. So for us, it's going to be a no, but we're still going to put it into a parameter. Then it want a player. So the player here is going to be pretty small because we don't have at this point much to do, but let's go. new player. It wants the ID. So for the ID, we're going to ask the authentication service as instance.player ID. The connection info, we don't have any connection info for now, so we're going to put null. And this is an important part, a dictionary of a string and player data object. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to let the player send us here a dictionary, and we're going to put string and put it as data. So the thing with that is I don't want the game to have to specifically create objects that are related to the Unity SDK. So I want to try and keep that separate. So the LobbieB manager is really the glue in between them. So he's going to pass me a generic data that is string, and I'm going to convert it into what this needs to be. So here what we're going to do is dictionary string and player object data, player data, and we're going to do a serialize player data function. No, that's not it. Data function that we're going to pass our data in. Okay, so now let's just pass in here before we do that, so that stops being an issue. And let's create this serialization. So I'm gonna copy that because this isn't like really something that you need to know like absolutely, and it's pretty trivial, so I don't want to bother you with that. So let's paste that. So basically what it does is, yeah, it creates a string dictionary, and for each key in this thing, it adds this. So this is the only important part that you need. So for a player data object, this is actually a property that is, you set the visibility of the property. So in this case, it is for all members of the lobby, but you could have a public, member, or private being like private to you. And then you set the value. So we're just handing this to the player data and returning it. So here we have the player data, we pass it here. We have our player now. Player. So let's see what else it wants. I think it wants some lobby data, but for us right now, we're not gonna pass anything here because we don't have any lobby data. And the way our game works right now, you can create a lobby and then set up every one of these things. So let's go here and and go here. So for now, we're just gonna do the return true, just so it can compile. So this create lobby returns a lobby. So we're gonna store it. Private lobby. Lobby is coming from Unity services lobbies. By the way, I forgot to show the import, but Unity service authentication, Unity service lobbies model. And so we can store the return here. Sorry, I didn't complete here. Lobby. And then we're going to say that lobby equals lobby. So this is the lobby that we receive. So here we're just going to do debug.log lobby created with a lobby ID, and then we're just gonna put the $sign here with lobby ID, and then lobby.id. So I want to test this, but one thing that we're gonna do that is really important is that if we're creating something, we need to make sure we delete it when we close the application. So in here, we're gonna do on application quit. This is gonna be a private, I guess. No, this needs to be public. Public void on application quit. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do if lobby is not null, and that lobby.host ID, I think it is, host ID equals authentication service that instance dot player ID. So if we are the host, because if we are creating it, we're the only one that can delete it. So the host is always going to be the one who created the lobby. So he needs to be the one who deletes it actually. So what we're going to do is lobby services at instance that delete lobby async. And it wants, I think, the lobby ID. So we're going to do, lobby.id. And there we go. So that makes sure that when we quit our application, when we stop play mode, it deletes the lobby and it does not like accumulate or anything. So, so let's go. So here, when we click in the main menu, it creates the lobby. Create lobby here needs to call our lobby manager. Oh yeah, we didn't, sorry about that. So this would extend singleton also lobby manager, so that we can do here instance dot create lobby. Here it needs to play a number of players. So for us, let's say 4. Is private is going to be true, and we need some dictionary string data. So let's just create that here. Dictionary string, string player data equals new dictionary this, and we're going to initialize it. So we're going to say here gamer tag, let's say host player for now. There we go. And we're going to pass it right here. Cool. So this is an async method. So that means that this also need to be async. And we're going to await it in our case. No, we're not going to await it, in fact. Yeah, we're going to wait it. And we're not going to return this. We're going to return a bool. So same here, we're going to have to import system threading task. And then in fact, what we're going to do is we can do bool succeeded equal that, and then we could return it directly also. I just put a bool here because at some point we're going to want to handle things if it did not succeed in creating it. So okay, so let's go to main menu. So main menu does this, so it needs to await. It also need to be async. So await game controller, game lobby manager instance create lobby. In here we create a data, and we ask our manager in our game framework to actually create the lobby and return true. So let's test this out. So here, remember that we actually need to initialize the SDK and authenticate before we can use the lobby services. So let's go back into the init scene, and we're going to start it from here. So it's going to initialize, authenticate, and redirect us to the main menu. Then let's go host. And here we go. Lobby was created with ID this thing here. So we've created the lobby. Now what we want to do is we want to do a coroutine to do the heartbeat, and we don't want to do a coroutine to actually get the lobby every second and then redirect our player to the lobby. So now back in Rider, we're going to do some little change, because right now we're returning true, but this might not always be true. So the create lobby async tell us that it returns these kind of exception. On our case, really, like if there's these exception, then we want to return an error. We want to return that there was something. So let's go in the lobby manager, and we're going to go do a try catch around this. So try catch are ways to catch exceptions. So if something is throwing an exception, so we can do here system.exception, and we can do that because every one of those, if we go look into even one, is this one is argument exception, but at some point, I don't know if we'll be able to see it here. Argument exception, system exception, it goes to system exception. And for us, we don't really care right now what the exception is. We just want to kind of be aware if there is an exception, and then we're going to return false. Just so we don't return blindly true. We kind of want to know too if we didn't create the lobby correctly. Okay, so now what we want to do is we need to set up the heartbeat. So we're going to do a start coroutine art beat lobby coroutine, and we're going to pass it the lobby ID. So the lobby.id and a float that's going to represent at which interval it's supposed to call to execute the heartbeat. So we're going to do this. So it's going to ask us to create it. So here we want an IEnumerator. So it's going to be private IEnumerator. This needs to be imported. So let's go up top and see. It's in system.collections. Okay. So system.collection heartbeat coroutine object ID. So this is not really an object. This is a string, and it's the lobby ID. And this is a float, but it represents in fact say wait time seconds. Okay. So this is what we need right now. So this is gonna have to happen like forever. So every time the lobby service exists, while the lobby service exists, it needs to be done. So as soon as there is a lobby, we need to do this. When we destroy a lobby, then we can stop the coroutine. But for now, this is what we need. So what it actually do is we're gonna put debug.log heartbeat, and we're gonna call the lobby service dot instance dot send heartbeat ping async, and that function needs lobby ID. So we're gonna pass in our lobby ID, and then we just wait. Yield return new wait for second real time, because this is important, and wait time in seconds, because that means like we want to wait a 6 real second, not 6 second in update times. So there we go. So this is it for that coroutine. So we can store it here. For now, we're not really going to need it, but for later coroutine, let's say heartbeat coroutine. Then we can do this. Yeah, because this is not ID, this is ID, like this. Okay, so here we go. Heartbeat coroutine, it does this. So that's pretty great. Now we're gonna do another one, as I said, for the get lobby coroutine. So do get or refresh lobby coroutine. Okay, so this is gonna take also a lobby ID and a wait for a millisecond. We also want this to execute for the whole time of the lobby. So this is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be lobby services dot instance dot get lobby async. So it asks for the lobby ID. And there's a little trick here. You cannot await in an IEnumerator. Okay, so what we want to do here is we're going to create a task here. Task lobby task equal lobby instance. So we're going to have to manually kind of wait for the task to be done. So what we're going to do is we're going to do yield return new wait until, and then we say this is like this. So it's a lambda function that is complete. Okay, so we're saying to this function like wait until this task is complete before continuing your execution. So we're gonna say here lobby new lobby, equal task dot result. So the result of this task is a lobby. If you overhit, you see that says the task lobby. So the result is a lobby. And now what we want to do is if the new lobby dot last updated is greater than our local lobby dot last updated, then that means that this is a newer lobby for real. So we're gonna do lobby equals new lobby. You can do it, lobby. There you go. At some point, we're gonna want to notify the rest of the code that the lobby has been updated. But for now, let's stay there, and we're gonna go up in here, do this, and do refresh lobby coroutine, and refresh. Oops. Refresh lobby coroutine equals start coroutine. Refresh lobby coroutine with the lobby.id, and this time we can refresh every second. So this is a little bit more and this is important because you don't want to wait for information to spread to the other player. You want it to be almost immediately, so that is going to make sure that it is. So that's kind of it for a lobby manager. Right now we're able to create a lobby, and then what is left is we need to send our player to the new scene. So let's go. So let's go back in the main menu, and we're gonna say on host click await game manager, game lobby manager instance to create lobby. We're gonna ask, because this is still returning a bool, we're gonna say bool succeeded equals that, and if succeeded, then we're gonna send this person, which is the host, scene manager that load scene async, and we're gonna go with lobby. So as long as the lobby creation worked, we're gonna go and send this person to a lobby. So let's go check that in Unity. So while we're here, we're gonna need to add our scene. So let's add all our scene to the build setting. Some of them will probably not need to actually go there and stuff, but we need them anyway in the build. So here we go, and then we can do play, because we want to start from the init scene again, because it's creating the SDK, authenticating us every time. And then we get to the main menu, we can check, we have our player ID, and then we host. Lobby was created. Our heartbeat is here. It's supposed to run every 6 seconds. Here we go. So it's working. And then we have the lobby code here in the lobby that we could show our code here. So let's do that. So back to Writer. We're gonna go into the main, not the main menu, but the lobby UI script, which is the one that I've imported. So it's in my scene. Let's go in Unity. I'll show you where it is. So it's in my lobby scene here on the lobby UI here, and it has the Text Mesh Pro text attached to it. So let's go back in Writer. So what I want to do is I want to do exactly this. So I take the lobby text, lobby code. So this is what is going to be the text of the Text Mesh Pro. And I want to ask the game lobby manager, what's the lobby code? So let's generate that function. So in game lobby manager, you do public string get lobby code, and we're going to ask our game framework lobby manager to give us the answer. So let's return lobby manager that instance that get lobby code. So this is also something that you're probably going to need in every game. So let's generate it. So we're going into the lobby manager. I'm going to take this and actually put it at the top, since it's like a getter function. So I'm going to put it here. And this is something we're going to return lobby. And then you do question mark dot. So that's check that the lobby is not null. If the lobby is null, then it's not going to give us a null exception. It's just going to return null. And we want the lobby code. So here we go. So that way, in our lobby UI, when it starts, it's gonna ask the lobby the code. So let's see that in action. Let's go back to Unity. So it's gonna compile the script, and then we're gonna start. We're gonna go through the same sequence: initialize SDK, and authentication. We're gonna create the lobby, but then when we go into the lobby, we should see our lobby code. So let's start this game. There we go. We're ready. Let's host. Boom. We have here our lobby code that is here. So this is the code that you would send to the other player that wants to join. And in the next video, we're going to actually make the functionality to join. And there it is. That's how you create lobby using Unity Game Services. In the next video, we're going to look into how to join the lobby and send and update the lobby's data. So if you like the video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.